it's fine. Hi, guys. Oh, wait, we have to clap.
Oh yeah,
Are we
shit.
okay? Okay.
No.
Okay.
Also, you like kind of broke up for a second while you said that, and it sounded like T-Pain. I
Oh,
was like, "Are
that's what I
we
said.
okay?"
Okay,
Okay.
ready?
1, 2, 3.
Hello, everybody.
Welcome back to Bucky Booze podcast. My name is Hope.
My name is Julie, and this is Bucky Booze podcast. I feel like we
We're gonna
always say
say
at
it
the
twice so
end.
you don't forget.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
just so
do
you
say it
don't
at the
forget.
end, but I'm dead. I'm a zombie.
Um, so you know what? So I was listening to this podcast when I was on my way home from work today. And like I was looking for this other podcast that had gotten recommended to me like from Spotify, but I couldn't find it. But all of the other ones were the same genre, like how to be happy and how to release and restart and all these different fucking things that my Spotify knows I need. Um, but I decided one of them sounded really nice. It was like how to refocus and stuff like that. I don't know. Well, I listened to it and it was
We
the worst fucking shit
consume
ever.
such different media.
Yeah, we do. I'm sure we do. But I was like really excited. I was like, yes, because like, duh, why would I not want to listen to this and then never think about it again when I get to my destination? Why would I not want to take this life advice? So I was listening, and at first it sounded cool, like the girl's voice was really soothing, and it's nice listening to another podcast that is from somebody that isn't like already famous and like a huge podcast, you know?
Yeah.
It's really
Yeah.
nice. And like she she just like was not that great of a podcaster, but it made me think of us for a second because like the things that she was saying, like the
Mhm.
information wasn't that
Cuz
great. Well,
we're
no,
not
it's
very
not.
good
I
either.
know it's not that we're not good, but it's because like she would start talking about it and I'd be following along. And then like a second later, like I blink and I don't know what she's talking about anymore. I'm like, where did you go? Like,
Mhm.
how did you get so sidetracked? And we always talk about how we get so sidetracked. I'm like, I hope they I hope they
I
follow
hope it's not
along.
like that for our listeners. I hope they don't skip ahead or anything though. Like they just like hit the +10 button till they get to a
Yeah.
part that they want to listen to.
Well, see, I
I do that
only do
shit.
that in the beginning of an episode, like of somebody else's episode where they're not into it
Intros
yet.
and commercials.
Yeah, and then commercials. And I'm like, beep, 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 beep. But and then she did say like at the end, like, if you're still here, and I was like, girl. Anyway, I probably won't ever listen again. But it was nice. It was nice to yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Let's do this or lose. I want to cry. What
Me
a day.
too. My eyes are all watery. I cry all the time. I cry every day. Just
Me too.
whenever. I'm an emotional person. But I was crying the other day and I had like you know how like after you stop crying you're like, oh, like your whole face is kind of puffy and stuff like that. I had stopped crying, but this eye just kept having tears come out of it. It was like spilling. Like I wasn't crying anymore, but like I just kept having tears. Isn't that weird?
That is weird. I've been really emotional here lately too. That's not where I was
Yeah.
going with what I was gonna say, but
Oh,
you know what?
sorry.
No,
It's
I
okay. It's okay.
honestly like just I really don't. Anyway, do you want to do a booze or lose?
Yeah, let's do a booze or lose. I think we
Okay.
have the same
I think it's the same
brand. I don't think we have
brand.
the same because I saw your little logo. It's the Wiseacre Brewing Company from Memphis.
Yeah.
And guys, if
They're
you're on
so cute.
yeah, if you're on video, you're lucky because you get to see these adorable cans. If you're on audio, you're not lucky because we are not very good at explaining
Let me
things.
explain my can. So it is like if orange and like volcano had a baby and made lava and stars, it would be this. I know that's a pretty clear picture
Hmm.
for you guys to follow along with.
Mine is like super yellow and it's got like a puff of smoke and then kind of like an orangey yellow little bomb. And
It
it's
kind of looks like
called
a Christmas
Tiny
ornament.
Bomb American Pilsner.
Yeah, that's cute. I forgot to
It
tell
does
you
look like
guys.
a Christmas ornament.
Okay, mine is Sun
Sorry, what?
Bump It's okay. Okay. Mine is Sunbump. It's a Belgian style wit ale. It says ale brewed with orange peel, coriander, and grains of paradise. Ah, trouble in paradise. That's me. It's
That sounds
5.1%.
interesting. Mine doesn't say anything about it.
Are you
It
sure?
just says read more about the visual dissonance of our current cans by scanning the QR code. And it doesn't look like dissonance to me. It looks good. It matches. It's not like dissonant at all.
See, I don't have a QR code. You know who hates QR codes? Old people. But let's try these drinks.
That is true.
Yeah.
Also, I was saying
Ow.
sorry because we like are lagging. I think because every time I
Yeah.
try to talk, you talk, and then we're like a couple seconds behind each other.
All right, let me smell.
It just smells like regular. Honestly, it smells kind of like PBR to me,
Mine just smells like a
like
regular
same
light beer.
vibes.
I don't smell any like
Yeah, I
crazy
guess it's because
orange.
I just have like American Pilsner. I guess mine is just like a regular ass beer. Yours sounds interesting though. I like that. Yum. Yum. I would drink that whole thing right now if my tummy didn't hurt.
Mm. Okay, so my beer is good. Um, like the flavor is really good. It's a good beer, but it's kind of a little bit underwhelming because like the can and then the little description about like the orange and the paradise thing is like really misleading because it doesn't taste like that. If anything, it tastes like, do you remember when we tried that Yingling mango thing?
Mm-hmm.
It's
Well,
like
you
that.
tried it.
Oh, I tried it. Well, it's like a very like it's just like the lightest taste. Like you have to try really hard to taste any flavor. And even if I do taste the flavor, it's not necessarily orange. It just kind of tastes like anything that a beer will say is like mango or tropical or anything like that. So, but it's, I mean, it's still really good. It's just don't go into it thinking you're going to have like a orange
A
peel little
strong
beer.
flavor,
Yeah.
which I think that makes sense to expect because it was like brewed with it. It wasn't like added separate
Yeah.
as a flavor.
And it's still good. I mean,
This
it's
is
still a booze.
yeah, this is definitely a booze. I love that. I would drink the whole thing, but I can't because my stomach hurts. It really is just like a classic pilsner, you know? Like it's just a solid beer. So, booze.
Thank you. Thank you, Memphis, for these two boozes. I love you. I've never been to Memphis, actually.
You've never been to Memphis?
Mm-mm.
We should go. We should have like a little trip to Memphis. That'd be fun.
Yeah, we should go there to them. To and like their thing, their little logos and acorn. That's cute. Okay.
Yeah.
What are you into? God, here we go again. No, I have something this time.
Okay. I am into obviously Burro Fondo was this past weekend, so that was cool. I wish I didn't miss so much of it because I have an anxious stomach, okay? And so I just like had to give myself a break. But it was still really fun and I'm glad that I went for what little part I did see.
Oh, that's good. It looked really cool.
That's all I'm into.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
fair
it was
enough.
great. There were so many people.
Yeah, it looked cool. I also like don't know if I'm missing something here with the Burro Fondo thing, but do people ride bikes there for real legitimately? Like it's a bike thing? Really?
Yeah, that's what Fondo is.
So
Yeah, so
that's why you had
Fondo
those
is a
bikes in your
biking
living
term.
room.
Well, no, because we didn't ride our bikes.
Okay, but a lot of
The
people
bikes in
actually
the
do
living
ride it.
room is yeah. The bikes, so Fondo is like I don't exactly know what Fondo means, but it's like a biking term where you like take a long it's just like a long bike trip, I guess. Like you just bike for a long distance. And so Burro Fondo is like a biking festival and a music festival where you bike from like stop to stop. So every venue that has music you can bike to.
That
So
sounds
we plan
so
out
cool.
yeah, we plan out all the stops and we make a like bike friendly route, and everybody bikes from stop to stop and sees live music at every stop, and it's cool. It's fun. There's art, there's music.
See, I feel like I was missing a big chunk of it, not knowing because I saw the shirts and I was like, oh, bike. And then I saw something about bike somewhere else. I was like, why?
Have you Well, if you look
We've
at the
never talked
Instagram
about the
posts,
bike part though. Well, you and
me?
me and you personally
Okay.
together as the bike thing. But I just knew that
Yeah,
it was like
because
bands like auditioning for them to play the show and blah blah blah. I never, I guess, asked about that or realized or put it together. But that's cool.
yeah, it's all over the website, the Instagram.
I'm just an idiot. But that's cool. That's cool. All right.
Oh, also, I was a bitch to someone on Instagram.
Oh, see, I was
Like
gonna ask you about
messaged
that.
they
Why'd you take it?
messaged they messaged the Borough Fondo Instagram, and they were like at like 8 p.m. and they were like, "Where do I park?" And this was yesterday. I didn't go to Fondo yesterday. And I replied at like 8:50 because it was in my request, my message request, so I didn't see it or get a notification for it. And I was like, "Hey, sorry, I just saw this. You park at the Dollar General." Like with an exclamation mark. And that was nice, you know? And they
Yeah.
replied, "Yep," with a period. And that pissed me off. I was already in a pissy mood because I didn't feel good yesterday. So I replied, "Yep," with a period. And then they apologized to me. They're like, "Sorry, that was rude of me."
Ah, the drama. That is
I know.
awesome.
I'm glad they apologized and saw how rude they were being, because honestly, I don't deserve that shit I gave you. Like, you can't expect us to be on our phones the whole fucking time
Yeah.
during an event. So,
See, I'm glad you made them realize so they didn't just be a bitch without
yeah.
facing those consequences. Well, good for you. Hope I really like that. I was wondering what that was about. I was like, I haven't seen anything. Okay, that makes sense. Um, so what I'm into is there's two things. One of them is that I was on TikTok the other day and I saw this girl. It was the recipe, okay? So basically, and like she did it, and then a bunch of other people, like it's all over my For You page because everyone's trying it. And it's very simple. It's just like rice and like salmon and like sesame oil and like sriracha, and you eat it like with little pieces of seaweed, like the little ones from the store, you just like put it down and use your chopsticks to pick it up. So I was like, duh, I'm going to try it. So I got everything yesterday and then I was going to try today, but I didn't realize how long it took to cook rice because I've never done it before. But after this episode, guys, I'm going to try it and I'll do like a booze or lose, except for it's rice. And I'll let you guys know next week if it turned out well. Secondly, my drive is starting on October 1st. So that's very soon. That's just at the end of the week. It's going to be a month-long drive. It's the first time I'm doing one in October. When I was young, I did it in October, but this is the first time I'm doing October in a really long time. So that way I don't have to do anything in December. But it's going to be a really cool one. The stuff that I'm collecting this time are like their cereal and like Thanksgiving food specifically, and it's just going to be really fun. I think it's going to be a really big deal. So yeah, and my friend Morgan is actually going to help me with it, which is so nice because I do a lot of stuff all the time, and now like having some help is going to be cool, and like having somebody else just like go out and like talk to people about it by themselves, learning, kind of getting experience doing something like this. And she's a social worker too. Like that's what she wants to be. So I think it'll be like really cool for her too. So
Okay.
I'm like really excited. We're both really
Yeah.
excited. We're gonna have a little meeting. It's gonna be cute. But yeah, so that is starting soon. Let's get into the episode. All right, guys. So today I thought it would be kind of fun if we talked about just some things that like the older generation, old people, like some weird things that they do.
The
We just,
boomers.
yes, that we just don't understand. And like, I'm sure there's some logic or something there, but I just don't get it. And the first one I want to talk about is like, oh, really badly is, old people, they go to the physical banks instead of like using the mobile app. And I just don't get that one because why would you make it more difficult? Why would you put your life in danger? Why are you going out to drive to go
Mhm.
into the bank to get a balance? Something like a balance?
Put your life in danger. Yeah, because they get robbed so often, you know? No, that's the truth though. And working at a small bank, it's not just old people. Like, so my bank is only in the Tennessee area, and the majority of the branches are in West Tennessee.
Mhm.
Like everybody in West Tennessee does that. Hardly anybody in West, like they're so busy over there. But here in Middle Tennessee, most younger people use the mobile apps and stuff, and it's like
Yeah.
only old people that come into the bank. I think they just don't want to
Yes.
fool.
Well, because I've had people, especially since like, oh, you know what? This even I got another thing in my head, but especially like with COVID or whatever, we'll have like old people come in and be like, "Oh, it's been so long since I've been to a bank. Like, I'm so happy to be back in the bank. Like, I drove all the way from blah 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 to be here," and it's like,
Oh,
why?
I just thought of something that
No.
is totally true,
Oh.
and it's gonna make you sad.
Ah,
Some people, this is like some of their only
interaction.
socialization.
Yeah,
Yeah, their
and I get
friends,
it,
when you get
but
older, you start losing your friends, and like not even just because your friends are dying because you're old, but also just like you're growing apart, like all this stuff. So like some of the few social interactions you have are like going to the bank. And my coworker told me that this one man, he's a
mhm,
widower. He his wife is dead.
uh-huh.
He would go to Lowe's and just like walk around in case he ran into somebody he knew
That
so
really
he could
hurt
talk.
me. See, and
Yeah, so
like
I'm
okay,
sorry, but
but let's look at it this way. I get it. I get the only interaction thing, and you know what? It's okay. Like I get that. That's okay. But for me personally, if that's where I was in my life and I was in that situation, I wouldn't be going to somewhere like the bank. I'd go to the fucking farmer's market. I'd go to Lowe's. I'd go to my favorite restaurant.
yeah,
I wouldn't be going to the bank. And like
yeah,
people, I found out older people, they really enjoy being at the bank, which is so weird because think me and you, okay? Like whenever I was about to start working at a bank, my mom was telling me about how busy it was gonna be. I was like, "Mom, it's not gonna be busy. It's a fucking bank." I was like, "People don't go to the bank." I've never set foot in a bank. I
yeah.
got a
It's not like
cashier's check once in my
Starbucks.
life. Like it's just like I don't know. The bank thing is weird. And then another thing that old people do is, oh God, I hear it every day. I heard it today. Old people come in the bank and they say, I bet the last thing you ever wanted to see was a customer in here wearing a mask. And I have to laugh every time. Like a robber?
What? Oh, because a
Yeah.
robber.
Yeah. And he's like, it feels so wrong to be in here with the
Mhm.
mask. And it's just like, damn, that's so funny. I love that, Ron. Like, haha, you know what I mean?
Do they not like make him take it off for the camera or anything
No.
to identify them?
Mm-mm, we
Well,
just hope for the best.
yeah. I think that brings up a point that is also valid, that old people make the same shitty fucking jokes over and over. And don't get me wrong, like I I love old people. I know multiple old people, so it's okay that I say this. You can ask my old people friends.
Hmm,
Um, their jokes are stupid sometimes.
they
And
are.
I don't want to hear like, "Can I get you anything else? $1,000,000." Or
Right.
like a tall blonde, like whenever I worked at Starbucks, "Yeah, I like a tall blonde."
Yeah.
And they'd like laugh because
Yeah.
like tall
Women.
blondes, like a
Yeah.
girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
See,
funny.
but and that's the thing too is like I don't know, where does your humor go when you get old? Like it dies, like it retires because you like nobody I don't know, I just can't imagine somebody like whenever before they
I
say that
think
they
they
want
don't,
$1 million, like they think that's funny. I don't know, maybe
but
they just don't
the
care.
other thing is like comedy grows. Like whenever I saw a tweet the other day that was like Vine wasn't that funny. And I was like, yeah, Vine was fucking funny. But comedy, like the more you hear a joke, the less funny it gets because you know the punchline.
Yeah.
And comedy evolves over time. You and I, like, well, you and I are special. We will laugh at jokes that are like 20 years old. But
Yeah.
like, my sense of humor is not the same as it was 5 years ago. It
Yeah, mine
grows and it
either.
changes. And old people, it's like their humor is just stuck. I
Yeah,
wonder if it
that's
has
really
to do with
sad.
social media.
I don't know. That's another thing that I saw though today when I was looking at more like weird things that old people like or that old people do. My personal thing though is I love old people on Facebook for the most part. Like their bios, the way they
Yeah.
comment. I saw one of your family
Mhm.
members comment on like one of your posts or whatever. And so she made the comment and then she tagged herself at the end of it like maybe as leaving a signature when
She
like her
said
name.
love, yes.
Yes, like whatever. And
Yeah,
I,
so
I
she
just
said love and then tagged herself, yeah. And she also my favorite thing that they do is, like, comment on totally random posts, like, she did that, she was "Gnarly, stop fucking crying." Sorry, my dog. She commented on a random post and was like, "Where are you registered?" Had nothing to do with me getting married, nothing.
right.
And, like, on my parents' posts, they're like, "Beautiful family." Like, they'll just, like, comment on anybody's posts about anything and just be like, "How's the family doing?" Like, "What's
Hmm.
going on?" And I think that's so funny.
I think it's hilarious. I even like I did make a Facebook status about me RSVPing to your after your ceremony thing. And this old guy, like not too old, maybe like 50 or something, who I probably shouldn't be talking shit about, not a family member or anything, but I don't know him. He doesn't know me. He doesn't know you. And he felt inclined to comment on that post and say, wow. Like, wow, what? What? Wow,
Wow, that's
what?
it.
Like,
That's
just wow. Doesn't know me,
okay.
doesn't know you. Like, nothing. And it's just like, I mean, share your voice for sure, but like, it couldn't have been
Freedom
about
of speech.
like it was just interesting. And going back to Facebook, like one of this lady, I follow this old woman that cooks all the time and she's amazing and like she's so funny. She has old people humor. She's just a comforting person. I love those kind of old people. But then Hope, listen to me. But then there's you are my favorite. You are one of my favorite old people. But there's like other old people that comment like on like news about like the Kardashians or something like that, like E News or something, and they just go so fucking hard tearing those bitches up, and it's like, oh my god, Deborah,
No.
no offense, but it's like, oh
They
my god, like let's get it together. I think they want to be in the know, but also old people love commenting on things that they have no business in. Like old people will comment on what you're wearing
Yeah,
every time, every single time. Like, are you wearing pants?
yeah.
There's a lot of
I
holes in
think
those jeans.
oh my god, yes. And there's, like, a kind of superiority complex almost. It's like, I don't know.
No, and
Like,
I
the
get it.
commenting about the Kardashians and your clothes and this, and that. It's like, calm down.
And I get that because I was going to bring that up too. It's like, I get it barely, but also like to me, it feels like almost like embarrassing as like an older person to comment or care enough. It's like, would I go and bully a high schooler or a middle schooler? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Like that's just a little bit so weird. If when I'm old, I'm not gonna say shit. I don't give a fuck. I made it this far, unfortunately. Let me live in peace. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
I'm not gonna be like, "Oh, young people these days," although I feel like we kind of already do that.
we do it a little bit when it's like Pinterest, like somebody being weird on Pinterest. They deserve it because they're young and they're learning and they're developing. However,
Yeah. Well, that's another thing. It's like you definitely do need to be beat down a little bit, just a little bit.
mhm.
Um, but not by like old people like some weird kid in middle school needs to be beat down by like a ninth grader. Not physically, but like, emotionally a little bit, just so that they know what's what. But if they were beat down by like a 30-year-old, that's fucking weird.
That's so weird. And I'm not talking about see guys, right now when I'm talking about old people, I'm talking she just hit the okay. Right now when I'm talking about old people, I'm talking about anywhere from 60 to 80. Old people from 40 to 50, like aside from my loved ones, I hate them the most. They're the worst age group. They are the
They
most
are.
judgmental age group, the most like just I don't know. I that's my least favorite age group. If you're 45, stay the fuck away from me.
Yeah, they're like the most judgmental, and also the men are the fucking creepiest.
Yes, for real.
Like
It's like, don't, oh,
I
I hate that age group. Also in this list, I thought this was really
yeah.
funny. It's like a list of, things. It says when an old person takes a photo, as if old people and young people aren't taking photos for the same reason. But it does say that they will rarely ever take a selfie. And that's true, and that's fair.
Not true. No,
Old
it's not.
people, old people
I
barely
see
take
old people
selfies.
taking selfies.
How old are you talking? 60
Okay,
to 80?
we don't do as much do.
Not as much as we do now.
Well, okay, I don't know that many. No. But like sometimes they do,
Oh, I think we're
but definitely
lagging.
not as much as us.
Okay, there we are. All right, and then
Wait.
so those were just like the best of the
Oh, are
group.
we?
Oh yeah, we are for sure. Okay, so that was those were like the things from that website, but I did see some really funny tweets that I want to read. One of them says, "Why do old people hate skating so much?" Like, you know what I mean? Like skateboarding, like in public
Wait.
places.
Okay, yes, that was so weird. We lagged out for like a minute and it just said one of them says hate skating so much. But you mean like old people hate skating?
Yes, why do old people do you think hate skating so much?
I don't know. I think it's because it was invented after them. So they automatically think that it's lame because old people like the superiority complex thing. It's like they think skateboarding's lame. They think like anything that young people do is worse than what they do, but they do shit like I don't know, play cricket. I don't even know what cricket is. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Um This one I don't get. I feel like you relate to this one a little bit more. You know what? That makes me sound bad, but it is what it is. It says, "Why do I sometimes feel like crying when I see old people?" I don't really feel like crying when I see old people.
I do relate to that one.
I know.
Yeah.
If it's a really sad situation, you can tell, then yes, I feel like, oh, damn. But like seeing an old person doesn't necessarily make me want to cry. It kind of makes me feel like they're just old.
It makes me want to cry because like they used to be young like me. Like they
But see,
used to be
that's how
able to do stuff and now they can't do stuff anymore really as much as they used to and they wish they could but they're old and they're closer and closer to their end. It's sad.
their expiration date.
Yeah.
See, and like the other day, I had this old couple come in, and they were like a cute, sweet couple, but they were so old. And then, like, the husband, finished up his transaction, and the wife was like, "All right, I'm ready to go." And then the husband was like, "Are you ready to go take on the world now?" And I was like, "Oh my God." And then it makes you think, like,
I love when old people are super in love.
I know, and it makes you think think about it. And you don't know for sure, you can't assume anything, but say they had been together for since they were like our age, right? They were young. And then like they just grow and grow and grow. Like do you think when they look at each other like they see them when they were young or like do you think maybe they start to
Oh.
forget how they looked when they were 20, like how their partner looked or something? Like it's just stuff like that that makes me wonder. How they see them when they look at them, like
I
the
don't
first time
think
they
they
ever met?
forget. Yeah.
That's so
Aw, they probably
sad.
see all their memories and stuff.
This is taking a really dark, sad
Okay. This
turn.
episode is not turning out. We've already talked about like multiple sad things. Oh, let's go talk like let's shit on those like old racist folks instead of like the cute old ones, you know? Let's like shit
Okay.
on the homophobic like angry ones.
Well, it's
That's
almost their
something that they
time.
do.
I don't know, but I did see this tweet
Yeah,
that
thank
said,
God.
I know, thank God. I wish it was faster. Fucking expedite that shit. Anyway, I did see this
Me
tweet
too.
and I didn't get it, but it says, "Why do old people call peppers mangoes?" Exclamation question, exclamation question. And I've never heard that.
I've never heard that.
So do you think it's even a real thing?
No, my grandma knows what a mango is.
Yeah, and like I don't know. I don't
They
know.
don't have anything to do with each other. Mango is sweet. Peppers are
Yeah.
spicy.
So and I've never heard anyone call pepper mango.
I want
Like,
Indian food.
oh yeah, that'd be good. But yeah, that's I just thought that was a little bit nutso. Last call.
You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Also,
Okay.
last week we didn't introduce this segment.
Wait. Yes, we did. After we hung
No, we
up the
didn't.
call with the boys. We literally did.
No, because I listened to it and I didn't get anything that said last call, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay
Oh,
here.
it's because you weren't recording on GarageBand, so then I was like, "Oh, then I just won't send you my GarageBand."
And
It
then
was
we
in the
just
Zoom. Yeah. Okay, well,
well,
anyway, if you want to hear our last call from last week, I don't remember what it was, but you can go watch on YouTube. I don't
who
remember.
cares?
All right, so here it is. Mine is love and respect old aged people because you are aging too. Oh,
That is a nice one.
sad as fuck. Yeah.
Mine kind of mine kind of has to do with being old because it has to do with dying. If I die and you see someone at my funeral I hated, fight them, literally beat the shit out of them. It's what I would have wanted.
Yeah, and I will do that.
And that's true. If anybody that I don't like tries to be like, rest in peace, you were always so cool, be like, really? Did you think she was cool when you were shit talking her, you piece of shit?
Yeah, really? Did you think she was cool when you replied yep in a period, you bitch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about
Mm-hmm.
that?
Mm-hmm. And
Okay,
then we'll
so
embarrass them. Well,
yeah, or just people that I don't like,
yeah.
even if they liked
Either way.
me.
Either way. We'll make it work. We'll make it work.
So, yeah.
All right, everybody, thank
I'm
you for
gonna die
listening.
before you, so
Okay. You might not. Anyway, thank you everybody for
no, because
listening.
I'm older.
Thank you everybody for listening to this episode. I hope that you got some insight from this. I hope you tell an old person you love them, if you know them and they're your family. And I hope you liked it and laughed along. Follow us on Instagram at Bucky Booze Podcast. Follow us on Twitter at Bucky Booze Pod. Subscribe to our YouTube. Buy our merch at buckybooze.square.site.
Yes, and we also have a TikTok at Bucky Booze. Check it out. Also, I think you said
You
everything
no,
else.
you always
Oh,
forget rate and
rate us on
review.
Google Maps.
You forgot regular rate and
Yes, I
review though.
forgot.
Regular rate.
Oh, rate and review us on Apple. A 5-star and words. And if you want, you can try to teach us something because clearly we could use it. And also you can send it to our email, buckyboozepodcast@gmail.com. And then also do the Google Maps thing, of course.
Yes, obviously Google Maps, guys. We stress it every time. Please get to that. Okay. Love you guys. Love you, Hope. We're out. Bye.
Love you. Bye.